I have had the most interesting technical difficulties today, and I don't know what it is, but this is my life. If you hear any extra noise in the background, do not mind it. I'm not sure if you will be able to hear it, but I am doing laundry and getting ready to go to an anime convention, so I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone while... yeah. So, today's video are my final thoughts on the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow Challenge that I've been doing. They look like this. They come in these cute little containers. And if you do not know what these are basically a wet shadow, kind of what, it's like cream to powder, and it usually has a lot of glitter. This is the one I'm wearing on my eyes today. Well, one of the ones I'm wearing on my eyes today. You have to apply them with your finger. Now, for me, I love brushes. I love using brushes. So to use my finger was kind of weird, and I did test out to see if you can use a brush with some of these. That is what I'm talking about today, and I am so excited because this challenge was actually a lot of fun for me, and it did get me out of like my usual everyday stuff. So why don't I get into it? I'm going to be showing you a few different kinds of recording of every single day except for the first day. The first day I completely forgot, and I'll put the recording over here. I forgot to turn the camera on and kind of like record the process, record me putting it on my eyes. So this is the end result, and this is what it looked like in my upstairs bathroom lighting. I think it was really pretty. I definitely liked the color. The color was Wild Thoughts on the lid, and then I laid down the base. So moving on, you'll see me looking over here a lot because I have my laptop playing the edited footage of it. So day 2 was pretty fun. I used a color that I was kind of interested in, and I laid down the base first. Now this is extremely important because obviously I was going to use my fingers for a majority of this, but for this specific color, the color was Ripple, and it doesn't really have a base. On the crease and the lid, I used a light blue on the crease and a purple on the lid, and then a light blue to smoke out the crease in the center. For the actual Super Shock Shadow, I'm going to use Ripple, and as you can see, it's kind of just, it doesn't really have a base pigment. It does, but it mostly doesn't. And I'm just going to pack that on my lid. It'll become more glittery as I apply it on, but the base color is really popping out more than the glitter. The glitter is just getting laid on top of it. I'm now going to pick up a darker purple to put in the crease, and I'm kind of just dabbing it in there because I don't want the sparkles to get any farther in my crease. So I'm going to lightly smoke that out and create kind of like a smoky eye. Add the finishing touches with some gloss. Yes, queen. And as you can see, the rest of my face is done. I did try this look out with glasses and without glasses, so sometimes I'll remember to do that, sometimes I won't, but yeah, looking pretty good. Day 3. I already did the first eye on the live stream. That is called Name Change, so definitely check that out if you're interested on what exactly I did. I'm going to do the other eye now. And now I use Goodbye Butterfly. I'm going to use a brush to blend this into my crease because it is kind of a matte shimmer shade. I guess it would be considered a satin. So that's going to go all up in my crease until I build up a decent amount of color that I like. Now I'm going to move on to Monkey Business and also place this into my crease to add a little extra pop of color. The lid that I used is Sidekick, and I really wanted to pull out the orange in Sidekick, so I put an orange into my crease. And now it's time for Sidekick. It is a beautiful shade. Oh my gosh, it just looks so good. And honestly, the shadows just make your eyes look wet. Alright, and I thought Goodbye Butterfly might be a cute little blush. It is kind of pinky, kind of orange, but I thought it would be worth a try. I will talk about my final thoughts at the end and how that actually worked or if it didn't. Adding my final touches with a cute little peach lip by ColourPop. It is called Psych! I used 3 Super Shock Shadows that day. I was very happy with myself. Day 4. So my crease is all done in this one. I used the light brown and the dark brown in this palette. I meant to look up the names and then I totally forgot. But I was probably looking forward to Special Delivery the most out of all the shades. I love the color green. I really wanted to not add any extra colors and just go with the brown and throw Special Delivery on the lid. By day 4, I had gotten a lot better at applying these shadows with my fingers. As you can see, I'm patting it on, and then I'm using the sides of my fingers to really get into the inner and outer corner eye. Now I'm going to take OK and put that in my inner corner and on my brow bone. I'm going to use a tapping motion instead of a swiping motion. For day 1, I could really tell that my inner and outer corner, which was okay, looked kind of weird because I had swiped it on instead of patting it on. As you see, I swipe first, and then I go in with a patting motion. Go back in, pat, 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 pat. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and throw on some brow gel. I was really playing with my brows this week, so if they look like a hot mess, I don't know what to tell you. I have no excuses. I don't know how to do my brows. I didn't do my brows today, so yeah. Ba-boom! The face is all done. Look at that beautiful glow. Glasses. Wow. Day 5. Now, the shade that I am going to use in day 5 is called Dare. And I don't know if I just didn't close the lid or if the formula is more dry, but here's a swatcheroo. and it just does not, it looks very similar to Ripple, but the way that it feels is very rough, and it's very glittery. Yet again, it doesn't have a base pigment, it's just kind of eh. For my eyes, I used the yellow in this palette, and I just blended it all over the crease until I got a color that I liked. Now I'm going to lay down the base with this purple here, and I'm going to pack it on all over the lid. And I think I left the inner part of the lid, or inner part of the eye, without shadow just because I knew if I wanted it to kind of just blend outwards and draw more attention on the outer corners, I would not necessarily want to add a lot of shadow there. I'm going to go back in with the yellow just to make a seamless blend. And here I am packing on Dare. I could not decide that day what I was going to do for my inner corner, so I did a bunch of things. I honestly couldn't tell you what shades I used for the inner corner because I don't remember. I just know I mixed probably Dare and Okay together and a little bit of the yellow from the palette to bring back some of the warmth. That was a very confusing day for me. For the bottom lashes, I'm going to use a purple mascara by Wet n Wild. It is the Renegade mascara, and then on the top, I will just be using a regular schmegular black mascara. Finish with finishing spray, and ba-boom, ya done, girl. Ooh, look at that face. Yes. Glasses, boom. There they are. Day 6. On day 6, that was a Saturday, so I wasn't going anywhere. I wanted to be more creative, and I wanted to use eyeshadows like I normally do. So as you can tell, my lid is crazy, my crease is crazy. I used the orange, the yellow, the pink, and the purple in various different parts of my eye. And I also decided to spice it up in between transitions. I used Goodbye Butterfly in between the orange and the pink, I believe. And then I also used Monkey Business between the yellow. Oh, JK, I packed that on the inner part of my lid. Now I'm going to pack on Sidekick with a brush. This day, since I was doing it on a Saturday, I really wanted to test out the difference between a brush and a finger application. So here I am packing it on the inner part of my eyelid, and I'm just dabbing it on. I flinched because the brush ended up flinging up more of the shadow into my actual eye, which it had not happened that week. So I tried packing and swiping. Now I'm going to go in with my finger and do the other eye with my finger. As you can see, the proof is in the pudding. It is already a lot brighter than the other side. You can clearly see the difference even on my crappy camera. And obviously, I really liked the finger version better. It was just more, it had more of an impact. Now I'm going to go in with Dare and do the other side. Pack it on, swipe it. This shadow is dry yet again, so I think that one applied better because of how crusty and dry it was. And then I mix the two in the center to create a happy new mix of color. Then I'm going to go in with my finger, bada boom, bada bing, mix them together. Whoa. Look at that, wow. That is the brush side, and here is the finger side. You can clearly tell the difference between the finger and the brush side. I really like the finger side. My makeup's all done. I used 6 Super Shock Shadows that day. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I was so happy. Day 7 is the last day, and that day, honestly, this look looks exactly like day 1. Yeah, this is a Sunday, so I'm in my hoodie. I have no time for problems today. I'm going to use a light blue in my crease, a darker blue inside the crease. I guess I should have said like higher up in the crease, but here we are. Ripple is going on my lid. I forgot to record, so most of my makeup was already done, but I didn't put anything but Ripple on the lid, and I guess you can kind of see the purple base that it kind of has. I also swipe up into the crease to really get the glitter to go upwards. Here I am lining my eyes, and I'm going to use Dare one more time and smoke it all out and hope that I can get this eyeshadow to work, because it was not working for me in the slightest. Boom, there I am, looking very blue, very tired, and ready to go. Final thoughts! Now you're stuck with my face here. Hey. My final thoughts. For the brushes, you could tell that I used the same brushes. I just kept cleaning them in my little shade switching pan right here. And the brush collection that I used was the Aurora Lights BH Cosmetic brush set, and the reason why I used it is because I felt like those bristles picked up the Super Shock Shadows so well. I was also doing my makeup today because I washed those brushes, and these are Cruelty brushes. These brushes also picked up the Super Shock Shadows very well, specifically the matte ones and the shimmer one that I was using. The eyeshadow palettes that I mainly used were the Juvia's Place Doucce and the Zulu palette, because I don't use those every day. I really like to use them, but the colors matched well with the colors that I had of the ColourPop stuff. And then I also used my Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass palette for the blue ones, the blue eyeshadow for a majority. So those were the eyeshadow palettes that were in the crease and on the lower lash line all the time, just because the shades that I had of the Super Shock Shadows, I only have 2, one matte one technically, and then Goodbye Butterfly is like a satin. I did use Goodbye Butterfly as a blush, not today, but I'm brown, so the thing with using any pinks, any sort of peach, I have to have some form, like some base down before I can apply a color like this. I didn't apply the base in the video, but I applied a base yesterday when I wore it, and I did like the color. It has like a slight shimmer to it, so that was kind of the thing for me. I don't know if I would actually use again as a blush, but I did like it when I did do that. If I was going for like I think it's called a monochromatic look, when it's just like one color everywhere, I would probably do that. I learned very quickly that a patting motion worked the best with the shadows, and my finger works the best with the eyeshadows. A lot of people noticed my makeup more when OK was in my inner corner. If I didn't have an inner corner, it was very rare that people would say like, oh, I like your makeup today, or oh, like your makeup looks so good, blah, 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 blah. So I think OK, which is this one, really was a game changer in adding to the other shadows. The ColourPop Super Shock Shadows did blend really well with other eyeshadow palettes from other brands. Because clearly I was not using ColourPop shadows in the crease. I was using other brands, and it blended nice. It blended effortlessly. Monkey Business and Goodbye Butterfly, when I put them in my crease and I blended them, it was not hard to blend them with other shadows, because these were the two main ones that I was like blending in my crease. Brush versus a finger. You saw the way it looked. It looked so much better with a finger, and I never thought I would say that. I would never, like, never in a million years that I think that applying these specific ones, like the ones with a lot of glitter, would look better with my finger, but they do. So I'm a lot more open to using these with a finger. When I didn't, it just looked dull. It was not giving the shadow the justice it deserved. But I did find that these ones, the Goodbye Butterfly and Monkey Business, really do apply well with a brush. This one is kind of so-so. This is Monkey Business. Yet again, like, I think you just need a certain kind of brush to really get it to do what you want it to do. And Goodbye Butterfly just goes on so smooth. It is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. So now I'm going to finish with the ones that I liked, the ones that I didn't like. Dare, I could not get Dare to work. I don't know if maybe the shadow is just dry or whatever, because you really have to close the lids for them to keep it airtight and sealed and protected, because if you keep these open, they will dry out, like I'm assuming Dare is, but I only used Dare like twice and I don't know what happened. But this is my least favorite shade, only because I think it's dried out. Shades that I'm so-and-so on are Goodbye Butterfly and Monkey Business, just because this one's a satin, Goodbye Butterfly. I don't know if I'm going to reach for it more or less. I have not decided yet. Monkey Business is like a orangey, neon orange. I have a lot of oranges in my collection already, so I don't know if I'll reach for it unless I really want like a pop of color, or if I'm using these two together. I have these two together in my crease right now, and I really like when they're together. I don't know if I'll like if they're separated. And then Ripple is on the drier side as well, but I don't know if Ripple is, if it's just because it doesn't really have a base, if it's supposed to be like a reflection of blue. I don't know. I'm kind of like in the middle. I need to use that one more. And the 4 shades that I really liked the most out of all of these were the ones I just bought. And honestly, I'm not that surprised. And it could just be because they are new and they aren't dried out yet, because some, like these ones, these 4 ones that I don't kind of like care for, these are older and these ones are newer. So I really liked Wild Thoughts, which is what I'm wearing today, Sidekick, and I only wore Special Delivery once, but I know I really liked it because I looked forward to wearing it the most, and when I did, I was like, oh, great, and then okay. So I liked all of these shadows in different ways. Would I buy more? I don't know, because I have the Hermannerism pigments, I have palettes that have shimmers in them. I don't really wear shimmer that much. I'm honestly, like, if I don't wear these in the next 2 weeks, I'm probably going to give them to friends, but I'll probably buy them because, like, these 2 are from a collection and they have butterflies on them, so I might buy them anyway and wear them occasionally. I don't know. So hard to say, but I do think I liked and loved and enjoyed wearing them. I got a lot of compliments from my coworkers, from my friends, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video on ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. I hope it was informative. I hoped it helped you decide whether you would want to buy these or whether you'd like these or not. I think for someone on the go who does not have like 10 palettes like I do, I don't know if I actually have 10. That might be an over-exaggeration. But if you're just trying to throw a brown in the crease, blend it out, slap on some glitter, like, this is definitely for you. I think you would really enjoy these, and they do look well on women of color, as I am brown. I don't know about darker, but I'm sure some of these colors, like, if you continue to pack them on, you could build them up to look absolutely gorgeous on anyone. So those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what look you liked the most. My favorite one was day 3, I think. Which one was that? 3? Yes, day 3, which was Goodbye Butterfly and the crease. I'll throw a picture over here. It was a Goodbye Butterfly, Monkey Business, and Sidekick. I did use these two on my eyes today, but instead of using Monkey Business on the lid, I used Wild Thoughts, and these two colors just work so well together. Oh my gosh. And if you're interested in any of my other makeup, I will be doing an Ipsy Glam. I used mascara, cheeks, lips from my Ipsy bag, and setting powder, so I will have that up very soon, and thank you yet again so much for watching. I'm leaving now. Bye!